state of Georgia to run for the office of governor. To come back to the Capitol today is incredibly important to me because it's a continuation of work I've tried to do for the last 11 years, 7 of which I served as minority leader. But what I want to do next is, of course, occupy the second floor office where we make the decisions that can transform the future of the state of Georgia. I'm surrounded by friends and family. My parents drove in from Hattiesburg, Mississippi and surprised the dickens out of me. But more than anything, I'm excited to be part of Team Abrams, a team that is people-powered, that is statewide, and that is going to transform the electorate in the state of Georgia. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yes.
What's your strategy for winning this election?
The strategy for winning election is to get as many votes as possible. but here's the thing. We know that the way to win is to build a coalition of voters, a coalition that cuts across race, that cuts across region, but that combines the best of who we are. What I'm not going to do is compromise my values or pretend to be anything other than the authentic and intentional progressive that I have been during my tenure in the legislature and since my upbringing. And so I think the way to win is to bring together voters across the state of Georgia who are often unseen and unheard, together with those who know how to get things done, but to do it in urban, rural, suburban areas, but to be very intentional about focusing on those who share our values of progress and prosperity for Georgia.
Are there particular issues that you'll be focusing on? Particular issues?
So I'm focusing on 3 issues. We have to educate bold and ambitious children from cradle to career. We have to build a thriving and diverse economy in all 159 counties. And we have to have a proven leader to lead an effective and engaged government that can expand Medicaid, continue criminal justice reform, and pursue economic mobility for all of our counties and all of our communities.
Ms. Abrams, there's a couple pieces of legislation moving through here that's making business cringe. Is it possible that the Republican Party is not the party of government? I mean, the party of business anymore? I mean, what's your pitch?
I would say that my A ratings from the Georgia Chamber of Commerce signal that you don't have to be a Republican to believe in strong business. But what I do bring to the table is I'm also a person who received the Friend of Labor Award and got the same award in the same year. And what that demonstrates is that we don't have to choose between our businesses and our workers. We don't have to choose between our businesses and our people. And unfortunately, the current dynamic says that you either stand on the side of wrong or you stand on the side of business. What I'm going to say is that you can stand on the side of right, believe in strong businesses, believe in strong families and strong communities, and that you can be a friend to labor and a friend to business and move the state of Georgia forward, and that's what I intend to do.
How much of a friend of gun owners are you?
My dad's a gun owner, so I like gun owners, but what I believe is that gun safety is the principle we have to stand on. No one should worry about whether their children will come home from school. No one should worry about going into a movie theater or a house of worship and think that they might die because someone who should not have a weapon has been able to bring it into those spaces. I am the only candidate, Democrat or Republican, who has the strongest non-endorsement from the NRA. I've never received their stamp of approval. I've never received a B+ from the NRA like my Democratic opponent. But more importantly, in light of what's been happening in the last few weeks, I have not been distracted by the economic arguments, which matter. And that's a dimension to what we're talking about, but we cannot ignore the fact that this is about whether or not we are going to create safety for our communities by pushing and pursuing and demanding smart gun safety regulations.
Can you just talk about the historic nature of your campaign for the African-American woman who runs for governor in the state of Georgia?
I'm excited and I'm humbled to be the first African-American woman to run for governor of Georgia. But what I will say is this is less about me and more about the state that we're in. This is a state that is diverse, that is changing dramatically. But I don't want to dismiss the fact that as an African-American woman, I bring to this campaign a set of experiences and barriers that I've overcome. But I also bring a clear vision for what we can all do. I want to change the face of leadership in Georgia and in America. And I believe that this is the place to start because Georgia has always been the place where good things start, where progress begins, and where civil rights and human rights come to their highest fruition, and I want to be a part of that legacy.
I think we have time for one more question.
This race and other races across the state and the nation really hit the Democrats against Democrats, no matter what defines a Democrat today. What do you think a Democrat is in Georgia today?
I would say this. This isn't a question of pitting one version of a Democrat versus another. It's a question of being the right person at the right time for the right moment. I am the right Democrat for Georgia. I am the right Democrat for this time in Georgia. I am the only candidate running, Democrat or Republican, who has the strongest legacy of protecting our families, of delivering smart and thoughtful policy, of being a proven business leader, a proven civic leader, and a proven political leader. I am not chasing away anyone. I'm not engaging anyone. I am telling everyone that we are going to knit together a coalition that will transform the state of Georgia, because that's what the governor should do, and that's what I intend to do as the next governor of Georgia. Thank you so much for your question.